Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kadash. Alright, first and foremost, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Alright, who deserve double honors and who rule well. Salutations go out to the fellow Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity, trying to wake up the remaining hopeful elect. This is Nahman with the DC camp. In this video, I'm about to show you, at the end of the day, was he wrong or was he right? I can't imagine never being a parent how, first and foremost, how I would deal with it. Number one, that's some, as you're about to see, let's go ahead and roll this. I'm not going to talk too long. I just want you to see this. But, as this first part here is going to, from Scarface, this whole system, especially America here, what it's done to Jake. Jake has made Jake the bad guy. Jake is the scapegoat. Jake is the means to an end. Alright, we are, as I've said in the last several videos of mine, that goose that lays the golden eggs. Alright, all of our people mainly have focused on chattel slavery, and they've fallen for the okie doke, they really think that they had been freed. And that's the sad part about that. Such a cruel hoax played on a people, and not realizing the reality, the harsh reality is that, no, we're still being exploited. Alright, and that's the small hats. The system that they had, they've perfected, or I should say nearly perfected, but what's coming soon here is going to be the icing on the cake. And I mean, they want to tag us, with the C-hip. Alright, this devil uses gradualism. He does things in stages. Alright, and it lulls you into a false sense of security. Gradualism. Alright, so let's go ahead and roll this. I don't want to talk too long. And you can just see how hurt this Jake is by this, woman lying to him. Real quick, let me, I meant to do this from the forefront, because this Jake that runs this site, this is the Fair Use Act disclaimer. This is copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. And that's what we're doing here, teaching and education. Alright. All I'm doing is adding scriptures. Alright, because after all, we're the ones here under the curses, and our people need to realize that the prophecies in the Bible that pertains to us, alright, it does not pertain to the small hats, to the Amalekites, the ones pretending to be us. It never did. They're the ones who initiated, alright, the slave trade, financed it, in order to get us out of the way. They knew and still know, the majority of them, or I should say, I don't know about the majority, a good portion of them, especially the high level, the elites, know who exactly we are. That includes the banking families. They know it. They've always known it. And that's what we're trying. That's what we're out there on the highways and byways. We're not a hate group. We are a truth group. This is to wake up our people. All right, and our people only. We can give a damn about anybody else. That's the way it's supposed to be. You have to understand, we are supposed to be the ones that are secluded. All right, holy means to separate. That's why they practice what we're supposed to. They have, in many ways, supplanted us. All right, because they know that the way we are, the Most High is not dealing with us. They know this. All right, that's Judith in the Apocryphal books, Judith the 5th chapter. all the nations, they sent spies to find out what we were doing, to figure out how to deal with us. All right. If we were going by the law, statutes, and commandments, they said, oh, don't mess with them. But if they knew we were going off idol worship and things of that nature, they knew we were right for the picking. All right. And that's what this devil knows. There's a reason there's pork and everything. As much as you probably don't want to believe it, that's the case. All right. It says fair use is permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. All right. So fair use is a doctrine in the United States copyright law that allows limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holders, such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, teaching, or scholarship. That's all we're doing. Not trying to make a profit off of this, just using it as an example. All right, so here we go. This should be mandatory. Oh, does it matter? There's that old saying that says, mama's baby, papa's baby. She knew goddamn well what it said. Does it matter? Well, let me take a look at that DNA test. She knew what the fuck was going on. And the gig was up. Alright? But see, that's where I go. Hey, you gotta go to the scriptures. Gots to go to the scriptures. Alright, let's go to, oh man. This, what can you do? Let's see. It's 30. What am I doing? Alright, here we go. Wait a minute. This is Proverbs 30 and 20. It says, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. What are you talking about? What? Does it matter? And then she gonna hit him with, well, you've been his father. And that's what's, sadly enough, that's what the court is gonna hit him with. Well, you know, sir, Mr. Whoever, you've been the only father in this child's life. I mean, condoning the wickedness, all right? This is, you know, this is indeed, this system is set up. Let's see if I can remember. Let's see, a Sirach, is it 9? Hold on. You know, is geared, all right, to let these women get away with all kinds of shit. This is Sirach chapter 9 or Ecclesiasticus. And this is a thing that a lot of Jake, because Jake loved women, but, you know, you're supposed to think with this instead of the little man there. This verse 2, it says, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. All right. Meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. And clearly she meets this criteria. She deceived this man for 11 years. All right. Let's go on down. Let's see. I think this was 9th chapter. Let's see. No, it wasn't. Oh, where is that? Hold on. Salakia, because, like I said at the start, this is why a lot of these holes, let's just call it what it is, all right, you know, turn up in the morgue or in a pond or somewhere else, because they're wicked. Let's see. Let's see how to. Okay. Let's see. Damn shame, but that's the way, again, this system is set up. All right. And we've always said that when this so-called white man goes down, when these Edomites, you know, are taken out of power, the so-called black woman gonna lose her power too. Let's see. Let's do this. All right. I think that's it. Let's see. Because this is what she did. As soon as I get it here. All right. Let's see. Oh, what the hell? That's my fault. Salaki. Oh, boy. All right, here we go. Here it is. I was way off. This is Sirach 23. And let's go up a little bit. Yeah, no, that's it. Verse 22, it says, thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband, and bringeth in an heir by another. For first, she hath disobeyed the law of the Most High, and secondly, she hath trespassed against her own husband, and thirdly, she hath played the whore in adultery, and brought children by another man. And what's the consequence? What's actually, if we were still under the law, understanding that we're not now, but what's supposed to actually happen? 24. She shall be brought out into the congregation, An inquisition shall be made of her children. 25. Her children shall not take root, and her branches shall bring forth no fruit. She shall leave her memory to be cursed, and her reproach, her shame, shall not be blotted out. All right, and this is the way things are supposed to be, and this is why. 27. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Most High, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Most High. We as a people, those laws, statutes, and commandments were given to us. This is why we're in the condition that we're in, because we broke that contract, that covenant, that agreement with the Most High that we said we would do. All right? This is why nothing ever works for us, because we're under those curses. All right, so let's go back to the video. She don't. She don't. Do you love him? Salakia, Salakia, Salakia. Nope. Yep. Yeah, yeah. That's what they're going to say. Yep, don't make them repeat. Yep. Mm-hmm. The sucker. yeah, it's like, you know, halfway through, a little bit more. Um, Feel free to watch the rest of it if you so desire. But this is the point. Uh, Fucking shame, man. This is how, and it was done on purpose. This is how this was designed. Like I said, Jake, you know, is reduced to uh, being exploited for everything we're worth. This is, again, by design. They uh, make money off of us all kinds of ways. All right. And don't bat an eye. Don't think nothing wrong with it. So, for those of you, and it's kind of strange that they would even be considering something like reparations now. You have to consider this because also be a means of them getting the majority of our people to take that CHIP. Let's say they award you. Now, out in California, I think it's like, well, yeah, like San Francisco Bay Area or something like that. I think that was the first proposal. They're talking about, what, $5 million per? Now, suppose I just heard or read the other day that they're trying to get Jake to fill out forms, something to the effect about, I guess, trying to find out your lineage, to try to find out if you're actually a descendant of slaves that were, you know, this is some wild shit. All the while, he doesn't really want to give you anything. You have to be smart about this, all right? But my point I was trying to make, this may very well be a means to get, who's not going to go for it? Me personally, and I think those I can safely say around me, we understand that, no, we want biblical reparations. Because this guy still rules over you, all right, and determines, all right, still what you can do. No, we want biblical reparations, and that's Revelation 13 and 10. We want his ass stripped of everything and gone into bondage, all right, because we understand what the prophecies say for this motherfucker. So no, getting, you know, debt notes, I mean, all this shit is about to change anyway. So you're just going to make you more of a slave to him. That's the point I'm trying to make. A lot of our people are going to fall for it. You just don't understand how crafty this motherfucking so-called white man is. Our people keep falling for the bullshit. All right, but staying on point here. Yeah, this is this system we have to get away from. Let's get, you should be in the mindset that you want to get the fuck up out of here. And this is, I'm not going to be much longer on this. Isaiah 51:14. The captive exile, which we are, hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit. The system, another word for it, is pit. Nor that his bread should fail. All right, and that last part is of particular interest, especially now because how many hundreds of cattle just died the other day in a mysterious explosion? I mean, all these derailments. It's crazy. I mean, people are like, oh, I can't put a number or percentage on it, but you can see the comments, some of these stories now. People are like, nah, this is too much coincidence to be a coincidence. All right. So who knows what this devil's going to do in the next few months? Because he can pretty much taste it, as Job 20th chapter says. All right, he thinks he's got it in the bag, man. He thinks he got it in the bag. All right, he's getting ready. He can taste his new world order. All right, because let's face it, he's got a serious God complex. He trusts in his science, and that's it. As this scripture said, he's not thinking about the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. All right, because he thinks he's on par with his science. This is a fool by definition. You know, the fool says in his heart, there is no God. And also, Job 30th chapter. These are a foolish people, the Edomites. All right? They are fools. All right? So, yeah, this thing is, I keep pointing out videos that the apostles and elders made several years ago about America being an open-air prison for the Israelites, and it is. All right? It is. It's an open-air prison. You know? You got this school to prison pipeline, all this shit. It's for every stage of our lives. It's some bullshit that's set up against us. It's no freedom here. It's an illusion of freedom. It's an illusion of inclusion, to take it further. All right, the worst thing we ever did was that fucking integration. Worst. And yet our people still have slave minds. They're still seeking that love the scriptures warns about. All right? Warns against, really. Why are you seeking love from your enemy? You're never going to get it. And you're doing all these things to try to appeal to this devil. Each time he's only going to take more and more advantage of us when you do that. It's always a trick. So with that, yeah, I'm working up on 30 minutes. Anyway, so yeah, this is, you can tell this Jake is hurt. Wow. 11 years. She knew better. Like I said, he went into her phone. See, this is something they like to do to us. But, you know, go through your shit, hold something over you. But he just, you know, wait a minute. Is it true? Could it be? And he got the test done. You are not the father. That had to hurt. That had to hurt. And she's still trying to defend it. Well, that you still love him, don't you? All the while, she's telling on herself. All right. Hey, so until the next video, hey, shalom, shalom.